Hi there, welcome to this edition of Leadership Sparklab. As you said, we try to talk through live experiences of leadership. And so today what I want to talk about really is focusing on what you can change. Focusing on what you can change. So many times we all tend to spend a lot of time, waste a lot of energy on the things that we can't change. I think one of the best gifts of life is knowing what you are in control of versus what you are not in control of, and then putting a lot of your horsepower on the former instead of agonizing, over a period of time on the latter. The truth of the matter is that what you can't change, you can't change. Oh, I wish my late mom was wealthy. Oh, I wish I was taller. Oh, I wish I was fatter. Oh, I wish I was this. What are you going to change about? What are you going to do about that? You can't change, you can't change. The truth of the matter is that, again, there's 24 hours in a day, and the less time you spend agonizing on and regretting what you are not in control of, and instead converting that time to creating possibilities for you, what you can change, and then the better for you. So as business leaders, it's something we should think about. Very important to think about that. Let me give you two examples of what I saw in my leadership journey. There was a young man that was sending me emails repeatedly. He wanted to see me. I was in Kenya as the managing director for East African Breweries, and he kept sending me emails. He wanted to see me. I kept asking him what it was for. He said, "No, until I see you." So eventually I invited him to my office. And when he came, he greeted me. I answered, and he said to me, "No, sir, you don't understand. You need to shout because I can speak, yes, but I'm deaf." And so you can imagine sitting across my table talking to me. I was screaming like I was in a stadium, no exaggeration. That was the only way he could hear me. But I was really intrigued by the fact that this young man did not feel handicapped by his limitations. So many times we feel encumbered by what we can't change, and we just, like I said, we just sink into that and lose all of the energy that we need to lift ourselves up for something bigger than that. So listening to this young man, I thought he was very brilliant despite his limitations. And then I got my HR director to have him interviewed, and if he made the mark, irrespective of his physical challenges, he should be considered for a job. But the point is, you can't spend eternity on would have, should have. You've got to take your destiny by the scruff of the neck and make things happen for yourself. Let me give you another example. And this time it was about me making that mistake, being a victim of exactly what I'm preaching against now. I believe I was marketing director for Coca-Cola at the time, and I had to, in Lagos, in Nigeria here, and I had to go to Kenya to go and make a presentation on our performance. And it just happened to be a period of time when we were not doing well at that time. So when I got to the presentation, I was talking to my boss. I remember a certain Stuart Eastwood. This was in the late 90s, I believe. And then he asked me why we're not selling. And I said to him, no, it's raining so much in Nigeria. You need to come to Nigeria. You can't believe it. It's all over and all that. And the man listened to me. I didn't know that he had a lot more facts about the business issues in Nigeria than just a case of a rain that, in any case, I was not in control of. So he asked me some questions, and I started scratching my head. The first he asked me was, "Is Pepsi in the same market?" I said, "Yes." "Are they suffering from the same rain impact?" I said, "Yes." So how are they growing this much faster than you at that point in time? I couldn't explain that. He said, "Why is your distribution so low?" I couldn't explain that. "Why don't you have stock in the depots?" I couldn't explain that. "Why is your price compliance this low?" I couldn't explain that. And he said to me, "Listen, Shani, next time you fly all the way from Lagos to Nairobi to come and tell me about the weather, which, by the way, I can see on CNN, I'm going to throw you, back to your country. So you got to learn to focus on what you can change." I remember that was the first time I heard that. It was in the late 90s. Focus on what you have changed, and don't dissipate your energy on things that you're not in control of. So that's my word to you today as business leaders. I experienced it. It's about really, really utilizing what we have to cause what we need. And that's the real myth about being a good business leader. And by the way, as a leader, as you show up, so would your guys show up. If you show up complaining about things that you're not in control of, guess what happens? Everybody just drops the ball, and people don't deliver exactly what you want them to deliver. So thank you for listening to another edition of Leadership Sparklab.